Hello, this is Pat McTigue, and today we're going to cover how a feeder works, and also I'm going to speak a little bit as to why I think you should have a feeder in your business portfolio. So first of all, how a feeder works. If you've never heard of a feeder program before, a feeder program is one that costs a little bit of money to get started, is very easy to sign up, and is very easy to share with others. And then what it usually is some type of matrix setup, 3 by 3, 2 by 4, some structure like that, where you bring people into a matrix. You cycle by bringing in people and helping them do the same thing. And then once you cycle, that generates money to go into a higher dollar program. And then what you do is you bring the people that have joined your feeder program and help them cycle, and then they come up behind you. And then you make money in the higher dollar program. And the really cool thing is you're able to just advertise at the lowest level, at the feeder level, and bring all your people in through the bottom so that you can use this low entry point that's easy to get people started to build your business. And it works very well. I've used it for many years and it works extremely well. Can you really make money is a question, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. I've just found that over the last 2 or 3 years that people are watching their money a little closer than they used to, and people will invest at the lower end, and then once you build yourself a solid team, you start to make the bigger bucks. And it's not a get rich quick scheme by any stretch of the imagination, because I don't believe there is such a thing. But once you build solid at the bottom, at the entry level, you start to make the big bucks. Make the hundreds and then thousands of dollars from your cycling. And what it does, bringing everything through your feeder, is it allows you to get away from constantly starting over with a new business or constantly rebuilding, which kills a lot of people. And it's a very real, it's a very business-like approach to where you start slow and you build over time, which is reality, and that may not appeal to you, but it's kind of the business reality that I understand on the internet. The power of the low entry point. Here's a picture of the coin purse with a few coins popping out, indicating you don't need to spend a lot of money in the feeder to get started. That way, many people can afford it. Many people are willing to take the risk, and it makes it a much easier decision process for them. And when I talk about low entry point, I'm talking below 100 and quite often below $50 to get started. And when you're able to bring people in relatively easy into a program, this helps you fill your matrices, it helps you cycle, and it also makes it easy for the people you bring in to do the same thing. And this gets people to start to succeed. And the low entry point puts yes in play a lot more often than a higher dollar, a program that costs hundreds of dollars to join. So that's the power of the low entry point. Feeding the higher end programs, there is huge money to be made in the programs that cost 300, 500, or $1,000 to get started. The more you pay when you are successful, the more you're going to earn, and that's why the 300, 500, and $1,000 entry programs are very popular online. Unfortunately, it's hard to find people to sign up for these programs. At least that's my experience. So the feeder concept allows people to earn their way into these higher dollar programs, and the real money is in the higher dollar programs. So starting at the bottom and feeding up through is a way for you to get into the higher end program if you don't have the money in your bank account to do that right now. And it makes it easy for you to have other people do the same thing, and that's how you get replication and how you start to make some real money. Long-term feeder implications, if you keep bringing people in through your feeder, which is what I recommend you do, you're always going to be building your team. You stay in that one program long term because you're always using your feeder. It's much easier to succeed this way. You're not trying to find people that need to have $500 or $1,000 to get started. And once you get your feeder working well for you, you can start to predict your income. And just as importantly, you'll start to receive income. And this allows you to start winning, start to see some success versus constantly failing. And a lot of people I talk to every day have just seen failure after failure, and that's not good for your confidence, and it's not good for your pocketbook. Building a solid team is very, very important. It's very, very difficult to make money alone online. If you want to make money all working all by yourself, you're going to have to put yourself together a big list. And if you don't have a big list right now, it's pretty much impossible to make a lot of money working in a vacuum all by yourself. So what I always recommend is get yourself hooked up with a solid team, work with a group of like-minded people, people that want to be successful, people that are willing to work to get what they're looking for, and then stick together as a team and then learn and earn together, because success breeds success, and you want to follow people that are succeeding, and people are constantly looking for teammates that can help them, because most people aren't used to succeeding. Multiple streams of income, you'll hear that thrown around a lot, and on this picture you see the multiple colored arrows showing you the path towards money. Uh, Certainly you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to put all your effort and faith into one main program. So what I teach and what I preach is to get several small checks coming in that equal a good income, and then just keep growing your organization. And once you get a good sized organization in some of these programs, you'll start to get good checks coming in, and then you're going to be able to afford high quality marketing and better business tools that are going to enable you to grow your business to even higher levels of success, which is very important. Long-term stability, predictability is good, as you can see here in the picture, starting at the entry level and then working your way up to the higher levels. Predictability is good. Steady income is going to allow you to plan. You're not always going to be chasing down this new program that pays the best. And then you can start to set and attain income goals, which is important, because you're in business to make money. You're not in business to have a social club. At least I don't think you are. And when you get some stability and predictability in your life, you can develop a solid DMO, a solid daily method of operation, where you work your business. This will enable you to start to work less instead of working more, and you'll work less and make more money because you're going to be working on things that work. And this will also enable you to just stop what I call the program jumping madness, and you'll get to the point where you don't even care about new programs coming in, because you're going to be very happy with what you already have. Also, you'll start to get appropriate credit for your work. I talk to people every day that's like, I'm working my rear end off, Pat. Why am I not making any money? And if you're constantly in this starting over mode, you're going to work a lot and make a little, which is extremely frustrating. And feeding all of your programs through one feeder source allows you to make sure you succeed. And in this picture over here, you got a group of people building a bridge over to the island of success. It's people working together, and a lot of people start building their bridge and then they go find another island, and you're constantly in building mode. And you want to start, working on a program that's succeeding, so that you see results. And also, you want to see results early, so that you build confidence and get some money coming into your house, because both of these are absolutely critical to your long-term success. So are you interested in taking a look at a great feeder? As I said, I've used feeders for years and they work very, very well. There's a feeder out now that I think has all of the attributes I'm looking for the long term. So I'm a member of it, and I'm strongly recruiting for it. And if you want to take a look at it, you can go to tinyurl.com/exp the number 2 LGN. And what I like about this particular feeder is it's very low cost and it's a very high impact feeder, because it feeds a number of different high dollar programs, and you can see that when you go to the site. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to Skype me at patmac11, or if you don't have Skype and you have questions, you can email me at sshelper@gmail.com. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your interest, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is Pat McTigue from Pennsylvania, and I'd like to invite you to come join our winning team, because I will teach you how to use a feeder program to ensure that you have massive success in your business. Have yourself a great day. Goodbye.